Hi, Dr. Dan Ritchie back with another functional strength workout for you. This time we have 6 exercises. You're going to do 3 sets, 12 reps of everything. We've got Erin Nielsen here with us from toned10fitness.com. We're going to start out with push-ups, and we're going to use a bench. You can use a step or a bench in your home or gym. Erin's going to show these from her toes. But you could drop down to your knees if you needed to. We're elevating her up off the floor a little bit to make them a little bit easier than getting all the way down on the floor. So 12 push-ups. We're looking for 3 sets. All right, so she's going to need to rest after those. So you want to give yourself a 45 to 60 second rest. Make sure you recover before we come back for set number 2. Now set number 2 on the push-ups, you might find you need to drop down to your knees. That's okay. We're looking for maximal effort, maximal strength here. So we're going to let her rest just a few more seconds. Make sure you take all the rest you need. We don't want to turn this into 1 set of 24, okay? We want 2 and then 3 sets of 12. All right, here we go. So the taller your bench is, a little bit easier the push-ups are going to be. Make sure you try to stay straight through your body. She needs to drop down to her knees. She was getting tired. Perfect. All right, make sure you take a 45 to 60 second rest. Come back, do your 3rd set of push-ups. We're going to move on to the next exercise, but make sure you do your 3rd set of push-ups. We're going to move to a kneeling row. So grab both force bands there. She's going to get down on both knees, and we're going to do a 2-arm row from the kneeling position. Now this is going to require a lot of core stability because as she pulls, it's going to be pulling her forward. So she's got to be strong through the core and the hips. By doing it on both knees, it's definitely going to make her feel less stable. So it's going to challenge her core while she's training her upper back and shoulders. We're going to do 12 of these. And then you're probably going to want to either set the force bands down or move to where they're not pulling on you so you can rest. So we'll let her rest. I'll take those from her so she can recover. You want to rest again about 45, 60 seconds. If you need to put a foam pad under your knees, that's fine. But we do want you kneeling so you have that core challenge, that tug forward through the midsection. All right, we're going to let her get set up here for set number 2. Okay. So again, make sure you have enough resistance that it's challenging you for 12. We want 3 sets of 12, every set to be a challenge, using a resistance that's heavy enough so that rep 10, 11, and 12 are really challenging. In fact, if you can only complete 10 on set 2 and 3, you're probably using the right weight. All right, go ahead and stand up. We're going to keep the force bands, and she's going to go right into a standing chest press. Perfect. So she's going to do a 2-arm chest press. Perfect. Now you have some freedom to move your hands. If you want to change the angle a little bit, that's fine. So she showed you a different position. All right, that was great. So she's going to rest now. I'll take those from you. She's going to rest about 45 to 60 seconds before we go into set number 2. So you could either just hold the force bands where you're not having tension, or you can set them down. I'll hold on to them for you for a second. These giant force bands are really nice to give you a lot more freedom in terms of what you want to do. Get you set up again. So again, she's going to do 12 reps. Here we go. Standing chest press. You want the resistance band anchored somewhere between your shoulder and your waist. not above your head and not down at the floor. We want a straight angle on that resistance. All right, looked like that was getting tough for the last couple reps. All right, we're going to grab our dumbbells. We're going to go into dumbbell front raises. Perfect. So again, everything's 3 sets of 12. We only showed you 2 sets on the first 3 exercises. Make sure you do your third set of 12. Erin's going to do 12 front raises. You want to make sure when you get tired, you don't start swinging these dumbbells or using your low back. It's all shoulder. And those shoulders will get tired. They fatigue quickly. She's going to definitely need her rest here. Make sure you rest 45 to 60 seconds so your second and third set of front raises don't get sloppy. We don't want any swinging of dumbbells. We don't want any torque through the low back. No twerking and jerking and jerking those dumbbells up, okay? Make sure your shoulders raising them. If you need to drop the weight for the third set, that's fine. Get a little bit lighter dumbbell. Make sure you can finish out strong. All right, let's start set number 2. So you could tell Erin was fatiguing out even in set number 1, so set number 2 is probably going to be a little bit harder. She's going to be tempted to use a little bit of momentum, maybe swing a little bit. She's got to control that. Stay slow and under control. That's great. She's getting tired. All right. Okay, so that was 2 sets of 12. Make sure you complete your third set of 12. The third set's going to be the toughest. Make sure you're not swinging or using your low back. We're going to move on to one leg step ups. So she's doing all one leg, not letting that other foot touch down on the step. You could grab some heavier dumbbells for the step ups probably than you just used for the front raises. Now this one we're going to go back to back because her right leg's been resting. Now we're going to work that leg. Going to do 12 reps each leg. We're going to go back and forth. Set 1, set 2, set 3. All right, we're going to switch legs. Second set. Left leg's been resting, so it's ready to go. All right, finishing up the second set on her right leg. We've got one exercise left. All right, make sure you do your third set of step ups. And now we're going to go to our final exercise, just standing bicep curls. She's got her dumbbells ready. She's ready to go. You're going to need to rest on this one, probably 30 to 45 seconds, maybe as long as a minute if those arms are tired. All right, so we'll let her rest a little bit. And then she's going to do 12 more, and then you'd rest again and do 12 more. Almost done. Final exercise. 6 exercises, 3 sets of 12. All right, here we go, set number 2. Again, make sure you use heavy enough dumbbells that rep 10, 11, and 12 are really challenging. I think we probably could have given Erin heavier dumbbells.
I don't know, I'm feeling it. Okay.
All right, that was the end of set 2. Make sure you do your third set. 6 exercises, great functional strength workout, 3 sets of 12. Until next time, this is Dr. Dan Ritchie with Erin Nielsen from ToneAnd10Fitness.com.